20. Banned R&B stars by the industry you will never see again. What if I told you that some of the biggest R&B stars you once adored were suddenly erased from the industry, banned, blacklisted, or pushed into the shadows? These artists ruled the charts, sold millions, and shaped a generation. Yet today you'll barely hear their names. Why did the music world turn its back on them? Get ready to uncover the shocking stories behind 20 R&B legends who vanished overnight. Hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss this eye-opening journey into the dark side of fame on Legends of Black Excellence. R. Kelly. R. Kelly, once crowned the undisputed king of R&B, enjoyed a monumental career that spanned over 2 decades and reshaped contemporary soul music. Bursting onto the scene in the early 1990s, Kelly's distinctive blend of gospel-infused vocals and streetwise lyricism captivated audiences worldwide. His discography boasts anthems such as I Believe I Can Fly, Bump and Grind, and Ignition remix songs that have left an indelible mark on both R&B and pop music charts. Over his career, Kelly sold upwards of 75 million records globally, secured numerous accolades including multiple Grammy Awards, and influenced a generation of artists who sought to emulate his melodic sensibilities and storytelling prowess. However, Kelly's illustrious trajectory was marred by a series of deeply troubling allegations that eventually brought his career to an abrupt and ignominious halt. Rumors and accusations surrounding sexual misconduct first surfaced in the 1990s, but his immense popularity often shielded him from serious repercussions. The turning point came with the 2019 release of the documentary series Surviving R. Kelly, which provided harrowing testimonies from multiple survivors detailing abuse, coercion, and manipulation. This public exposure ignited widespread outrage, compelling radio stations, record labels, and streaming platforms to sever ties and blacklist his music from rotation. Legal battles followed swiftly, culminating in a 2022 conviction for charges including sex trafficking, racketeering, and abuse. The court sentenced Kelly to 30 years imprisonment, effectively ending his professional pursuits. His fall remains one of the most significant and high-profile downfalls in music history, serving as a stark reminder that fame cannot shield one indefinitely from accountability. Despite the controversy, Kelly's musical contributions continue to spark debate. Some fans argue separating art from artist is essential, while others reject his legacy altogether. Regardless, the industry's unified response underscores a critical shift toward zero tolerance for abuse, emphasizing that talent alone no longer guarantees immunity from consequences. Kelly's legacy is forever intertwined with both his musical impact and the grave transgressions that overshadowed it. Tevin Campbell. Tevin Campbell emerged as a prodigious voice in the early 1990s, quickly capturing attention with his smooth, youthful vocals and heartfelt ballads. As a teenager, Campbell's talent was undeniable, leading to hit singles like Can We Talk, I'm Ready, and Always in My Heart that dominated R&B charts and earned him widespread acclaim. Collaborating with legendary producers such as Babyface and Quincy Jones, he established himself as a promising figure in the genre. By the mid-90s, Campbell had amassed several award nominations and a loyal fan base that admired his vocal maturity beyond his years. However, the late 1990s brought significant changes in musical trends, as R&B gradually incorporated heavier hip-hop influences and edgier themes. This shift in sound and style clashed with Campbell's traditional melodic approach, which was considered softer and less aligned with the urban flavor dominating radio airwaves. Concurrently, rumors began circulating about Campbell's sexual orientation, a topic that during that era often carried stigmatizing repercussions within the music industry. Although he refrained from publicly addressing these speculations at the time, the whispers contributed to diminishing support from record labels and media outlets, making it challenging for him to maintain momentum. Years later, in 2022, Campbell courageously came out publicly as gay, reflecting on the pressures and silence he endured during his prime. His candid revelation was met with support and respect, highlighting a growing acceptance within the music community that had once marginalized LGBTQ+ artists. Despite never fully regaining his former mainstream prominence, Tevin Campbell's influence persists, with many contemporary singers citing him as a source of inspiration for vocal technique and emotional delivery. His journey illustrates the complexities of navigating fame amid societal prejudices and evolving musical landscapes. Tinashe Jorgensen, Kachingwe, known mononymously as Tinashe, debuted with a refreshing fusion of R&B pop and electronic elements that quickly distinguished her in the mid-2010s music scene. Her breakthrough came with the catchy single "Two On" in 2014, which showcased her ability to blend sultry vocals with contemporary production, earning her commercial success and critical attention. Unlike many artists pigeonholed into mainstream molds, Tinashe sought creative autonomy, crafting music that melded experimental sounds with sensual lyricism. Her debut album, Aquarius, was praised for its innovative approach and artistic depth. Despite this early promise, Tinashe's relationship with her major label, RCA Records, proved tumultuous. She frequently expressed frustration over limited creative freedom, citing pressure to conform to more radio-friendly and commercially safe tracks. Delays plagued the release of her follow-up album, Joyride, which suffered multiple pushbacks and lacked strong promotional support. The lack of consistent backing from her label hindered her ability to capitalize fully on her initial momentum, resulting in her eventual departure from RCA in 2019. Post-label Tinashe has embraced an independent career path, releasing projects such as Songs for You and 333 that have garnered critical acclaim and cultivated a dedicated fan base. Though these works have not achieved massive commercial success, they reflect her commitment to artistic integrity and evolution. Tinashe's journey underscores the challenges artists face within the corporate music industry, especially when attempting to balance personal expression with commercial expectations. Today, she remains a respected figure in alternative R&B circles, symbolizing resilience and creative independence in a highly competitive market. Cassie Ventura. Cassie Ventura made a remarkable entrance into the R&B scene in 2006 with her minimalist yet captivating debut single, Me and You. The track, produced by Ryan Leslie, stood out for its sultry simplicity and smooth vocals, quickly climbing the charts and establishing Cassie as a promising young talent. Signed to Bad Boy Records, helmed by Sean Diddy Combs, Cassie was poised for a flourishing music career. However, despite her initial success, her trajectory took an unexpected detour. Cassie's professional journey was complicated by her close personal relationship with Diddy, which many industry insiders believe played a paradoxical role in her career development. While having the support of a powerful mogul seemed advantageous, it also reportedly limited her creative freedom. Diddy's notoriously controlling management style and their romantic involvement may have caused Cassie to be viewed more as a muse or girlfriend figure rather than a fully independent artist. This perception arguably hindered her opportunities to release a sophomore album or sustain the momentum generated by her debut. Over the years, Cassie released several singles and featured on collaborations, but none matched the impact of Me and You. The anticipated follow-up album faced repeated delays and was eventually shelved, leaving fans and critics alike to speculate on the reasons behind her stalled music output. After ending her relationship with Diddy in 2018, Cassie shifted her focus toward modeling, acting, and entrepreneurial ventures. This transition allowed her greater personal and professional autonomy. While Cassie remains respected for her vocal talent and unique style, her music career is often considered one of the industry's most notable what-ifs. The interplay of personal relationships and label dynamics reflects the challenges many artists face navigating power structures within the music business. Though she has not returned to the mainstream music spotlight, Cassie continues to maintain a dedicated fan base appreciative of her contributions to early 2000s R&B. Carrie Hilson. Carrie Hilson's rise to fame in the mid-2000s was fueled by her dual talents as a gifted songwriter and an emotive vocalist. Before stepping into the spotlight herself, Hilson penned hits for major artists such as Britney Spears, Usher, and Ciara, earning respect behind the scenes for her skillful lyricism and melodic sensibility. Her debut album, In a Perfect World, 2009, produced chart-topping singles like Knock You Down featuring Kanye West and Ne-Yo, showcasing her blend of sultry vocals and confident, empowering themes. However, Hilson's promising ascent faced a significant setback amid controversy and industry politics. In 2009, her remix of Turning Me On included lyrics interpreted by many as a subtle diss aimed at Beyoncé. The line, perceived as referencing Beyoncé's massive hit, Irreplaceable, ignited rumors of a feud that quickly spread among fans and the media. Though Hilson never explicitly confirmed any animosity, the backlash from Beyoncé's devoted fan base was swift and intense, contributing to a downturn in her career momentum. Compounding the situation, Hilson reportedly faced pressure from industry executives and experienced difficulties with label promotion. Her follow-up album, No Boys Allowed 2010, did not receive the same level of support as her debut, resulting in lower commercial performance. Subsequently, Hilson retreated from the mainstream music scene, with speculation rife that the combination of fan backlash and behind-the-scenes challenges influenced her decision. In interviews, Hilson has acknowledged the impact of industry pressures and personal challenges on her career, while consistently denying direct conflicts with Beyoncé. Despite stepping back from recording, she remains admired for her songwriting legacy and vocal talent. Keri Hilson's story underscores the complex interplay of public perception, fan culture, and industry dynamics that can shape and sometimes abruptly halt an artist's trajectory in the competitive world of R&B. Adina Howard. Adina Howard burst into the R&B scene in the mid-1990s with a bold and unapologetic style that immediately set her apart. Her breakout single Freak Like Me, released in 1995, became an anthem celebrating female sexuality and empowerment, topping R&B charts and earning platinum certification. Howard's confident persona and candid lyrics challenged norms at a time when female artists expressing such themes faced considerable pushback. Her debut album, Do You Wanna Ride, solidified her status as a rising star with a distinctive voice in the industry. However, despite her early success, Adina's career soon encountered significant hurdles rooted in both personal clashes and industry resistance. Signed to Elektra Records, Howard developed a reputation for speaking her mind, which reportedly caused friction with label executives, particularly Sylvia Rhone, the company's head. After publicly criticizing the label's handling of her career, Howard's sophomore album, Welcome to Fantasy Island, was shelved indefinitely, a blow that stalled her momentum and limited her commercial growth. The mid-90s music industry was not always welcoming to female artists who defied expectations or challenged the status quo, especially regarding themes of sexual liberation. Howard's outspoken nature and refusal to conform to industry-imposed constraints led to a quieter retreat from mainstream visibility. Although she continued to release music independently and remained active within niche circles, she never recaptured the widespread acclaim of her debut. Adina Howard's journey underscores the often harsh realities female artists face when navigating industry politics, especially when their artistic vision clashes with corporate interests. Her legacy endures through her groundbreaking contributions to female-driven R&B and the empowerment messages in her music. Despite setbacks, Howard remains a respected figure whose boldness paved the way for future artists to express their sexuality with honesty and confidence. Deborah Cox. Deborah Cox is widely celebrated for her powerhouse vocals and emotive delivery traits that earned her a revered place within the R&B genre. Rising to prominence in the mid-1990s, Cox first made waves with hits like Nobody's Supposed to Be Here, which famously held the #1 spot on the Billboard R&B chart for a record-setting 14 consecutive weeks. Her rich, soulful voice and ability to convey deep emotion quickly made her a favorite among fans and critics alike. Her early success was bolstered by collaborations with legendary producers and songwriters, and her albums consistently showcased a blend of heartfelt ballads and up-tempo dance tracks. However, as the 2000s progressed, the R&B landscape underwent a notable shift toward hip-hop-infused beats and club-ready anthems, diminishing demand for traditional vocal-driven ballads that had defined Cox's style. This transition led to decreased radio play and less aggressive label support for her releases, adapting to the changing industry. Cox diversified her career by venturing into Broadway, where she garnered acclaim starring in productions such as Ada and later portraying Whitney Houston in the Bodyguard musical. She also found success in the dance music realm with her vocal talents celebrated on club charts. Though her presence in mainstream R&B waned, Cox's influence remained strong, inspiring a new generation of singers with her vocal prowess. Despite shifting trends, Deborah Cox has continued to record, tour, and perform, maintaining a dedicated fan base. Her resilience and versatility exemplify how an artist can sustain a meaningful career beyond fleeting commercial peaks. Cox's contributions to R&B are marked by timeless songs and an unwavering commitment to vocal excellence, securing her a lasting legacy within the genre. Tweet. Charlene Keyes, known professionally as Tweet, entered the R&B scene with a distinct voice characterized by smooth, sultry tones and an understated yet captivating delivery. Her debut album, Southern Hummingbird, released in 2002, introduced audiences to tracks like Oops Oh My, a sensual hit that climbed R&B charts and established her as an artist with a unique blend of soul and contemporary flair. Tweet's style merged classic rhythm and blues with modern influences, earning her a devoted following and critical praise for her vocal authenticity. Despite a promising start, Tweet's career momentum was disrupted by a combination of label mergers and promotional challenges. Following the absorption of Elektra Records into Atlantic, many artists, including Tweet, suffered from a lack of marketing support. Her sophomore album, It's Me Again, 2005, although artistically strong and featuring collaborations with notable producers such as Missy Elliott, failed to replicate the commercial impact of her debut. These setbacks, combined with personal struggles, including battles with depression and financial difficulties, led Tweet to retreat from the limelight for a period. After several years away from mainstream attention, Tweet returned in 2016 with the deeply personal album, Charlene. This project, named after her birth name, showcased maturity in songwriting and a refined sound, earning critical acclaim, but limited commercial success. The album reflected her growth as an artist who had faced industry hardships yet remained committed to authentic expression. Tweet's journey illustrates the difficulties many talented singers face in an industry often influenced by corporate restructuring and changing trends, where even exceptional artistry does not always guarantee sustained visibility. Today, Tweet continues to make music on her own terms, representing resilience and dedication in the face of obstacles. Her legacy lies in her ability to blend emotional depth with smooth vocal execution, and her influence remains present among R&B enthusiasts who appreciate soulful, heartfelt performances. Ashanti. Ashanti emerged in the early 2000s as a powerhouse singer-songwriter with a string of hits that defined an era of contemporary R&B. Her self-titled debut album, 2002, achieved remarkable success, debuting at #1 on the Billboard 200 and selling over 500,000 copies in its first week, a historic feat for a female artist at the time. Singles like Foolish Happy and Baby demonstrated her knack for catchy hooks and relatable lyrics, quickly making her a household name and earning her multiple Grammy nominations. Ashanti's career was closely tied to Murder Inc. Records, led by Irv Gotti, whose production style complemented her sultry voice and streetwise image. However, the label's involvement in a high-profile federal investigation related to money laundering allegations in the mid-2000s cast a shadow over its artists. Though the executives were eventually acquitted, the legal turmoil significantly damaged the label's reputation and affected promotional efforts for its roster, including Ashanti. As the music industry evolved with new artists like Beyoncé and Rihanna rising to prominence and the sound of R&B shifting toward pop and hip-hop fusion, Ashanti struggled to maintain her previous dominance. Subsequent albums did not receive the same major label push or radio support, leading to a decline in chart performance. Despite this, she continued releasing music independently, exploring acting roles and engaging in business ventures. Ashanti's influence remains undeniable. She helped shape early 2000s R&B with her melodic sensibilities and strong songwriting abilities. Though mainstream visibility fluctuated, she retains a respected place in the genre, celebrated for her contributions and enduring hits that continue to resonate with fans. Her journey reflects both the highs of rapid success and the challenges posed by industry controversies and shifting musical tastes. Jaheim Hoagland. Professionally known as Jaheim, became a notable figure in early 2000s R&B through his rich, soulful voice and heartfelt storytelling. Emerging from New Jersey, Jaheim's style combined classic soul with contemporary rhythms, earning him a dedicated fan base. His debut album, Ghetto Love 2001, featured tracks that highlighted themes of love struggle and resilience, helping him stand out in a crowded field of vocalists. Songs like Put That Woman First and Fabulous became R&B staples, establishing his reputation as a genuine and emotive singer. Despite his early success, Jaheim's career later faced challenges largely unrelated to his talent. In 2021, legal issues arose when he was arrested and charged with animal cruelty after authorities discovered dozens of dogs living in poor conditions at his home. This incident shocked fans and harmed his public image. Additionally, Jaheim's social media presence became increasingly erratic, with posts that left followers concerned about his well-being. These personal difficulties, combined with an industry that was rapidly shifting toward newer sounds and younger artists, contributed to a fading mainstream profile. Although Jaheim continued to produce music independently, his albums after the mid-2000s struggled to capture widespread attention or significant radio play. Nonetheless, he maintains a loyal fan base that appreciates his authentic vocal style and relatable lyrics. His story is a reminder that talent alone cannot always shield an artist from the impact of personal struggles or changing industry dynamics. Jaheim's contributions to neo-soul and R&B during his peak years remain respected, and many consider him one of the genre's more heartfelt voices of his era. Lloyd Polite Jr., known simply as Lloyd, emerged in the mid-2000s as a fresh voice in R&B, blending silky vocals with hip-hop-infused melodies. His breakout came with hits like You, featuring Lil Wayne, and Get It Shawty, which secured his place among the genre's promising talents. His style combined sensual lyrics with accessible production, appealing to both R&B purists and mainstream audiences. Early in his career, Lloyd was affiliated with Murder Inc. Records, a powerhouse label helmed by Irv Gotti, which provided a strong platform for his music. However, the label's legal entanglements, including federal investigations, cast uncertainty over its artists' futures. As Murder Inc.'s influence waned, Lloyd sought a fresh start by signing with Zone 4 under Interscope Records. Despite releasing King of Hearts in 2011, an album featuring the notable track Dedication to My Ex-Miss, that Lloyd struggled to regain the commercial success of his earlier work. Inconsistent label support delays and shifts in music consumption patterns further hampered his momentum. Feeling frustrated by industry politics and creative constraints, Lloyd took a step back from the spotlight, focusing on personal growth and independent projects. Though his mainstream presence diminished, he retained respect among R&B fans for his vocal ability and contributions during the genre's mid-2000s resurgence. Lloyd's career reflects the challenges artists face navigating label instability and changing industry landscapes, highlighting the precarious balance between talent and business realities in music. J. Holiday, born Nahum Thornton. Grimes entered the R&B scene in the mid-2000s with a smooth romantic style that quickly caught the attention of fans and critics alike. His debut single, Bed 2007, became an instant classic, climbing to number 5 on the Billboard Hot 100 and dominating R&B charts. The sultry, slow jam showcased Holiday's ability to blend sensual vocals with heartfelt lyrics, earning him a Grammy nomination and marking him as a promising new voice in the genre. Following this success, his album Back of My Lack received positive reviews and helped solidify his place among R&B's rising stars. However, sustaining momentum proved difficult. His sophomore effort, Round 2, failed to replicate the impact of his debut. The album's lukewarm commercial reception, coupled with growing tensions between Holiday and his record label Capitol Records, stalled his career trajectory. He publicly voiced frustrations regarding industry favoritism, suggesting that marketing efforts prioritized more marketable personalities over genuine vocal talent. As R&B shifted toward a hip-hop-driven sound and new artists emerged, Holiday struggled to maintain relevance. His third album, Guilty Conscience, was released independently, but did not receive significant promotion, leading to limited commercial impact. Despite a 2022 attempt to return with the album Time, the music industry's attention had largely shifted away. Nevertheless, J. Holiday remains respected for his smooth delivery and romantic ballads, often cited by fans who appreciate his commitment to classic R&B vibes. Though his mainstream presence has waned, he continues to release music independently and maintain a connection with a loyal audience, embodying the resilience and passion of an artist dedicated to his craft amid an ever-changing musical landscape. Mario Winans. Mario Winans, a member of the legendary gospel-based Winans family, carved out his own niche in the early 2000s as a gifted singer, songwriter, and producer. Best known for his 2004 hit, I Don't Wanna Know, which sampled Enya's Boadicea, the song reached number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100 and became one of the defining R&B tracks of the era. Winans' ability to craft emotionally resonant songs combined with smooth production made him a standout artist under Bad Boy Records, a label synonymous with hip-hop and R&B successes. Prior to his solo breakthrough, Mario had already established a reputation behind the scenes writing and producing for heavyweights like Mary J. Blige, Destiny's Child, and the notorious B.I.G. His lineage and industry savvy earned him credibility, but sustaining long-term mainstream success proved challenging. As Bad Boy Records' influence diminished in the mid-2000s due to label restructuring and legal troubles involving the label's founder, Winans' career faced similar setbacks. His subsequent albums struggled to capture the same commercial spotlight. Personal issues, including legal problems related to unpaid child support in 2022, added to his difficulties maintaining a high profile. Despite these hurdles, Mario Winans remains active in music, focusing on production and independent releases. While his name may not dominate charts as before, his legacy endures through his iconic hits and contributions to the R&B and hip-hop genres. His story reflects the complexities artists face balancing artistry, industry challenges, and personal life in the pursuit of lasting success. John B. Bourne. Jonathan David Buck is a rare example of a white artist who found considerable success and respect within the traditionally African-American-dominated R&B genre during the 1990s. With his debut album Bonafide 1995, John B. quickly gained recognition for his smooth, soulful vocals and laid-back style. The standout single Someone to Love, a duet with Babyface, became an instant classic and helped establish his credibility as a serious R&B artist. His sophisticated sound, blending traditional soul with contemporary production, appealed widely to both R&B aficionados and mainstream audiences. Following up with Cool Relax 1997, John B. solidified his place in the industry with hits like They Don't Know and Are You Still Down, featuring Tupac Shakur. His ability to craft romantic ballads with emotional depth earned him a dedicated fan base and critical praise. However, as the new millennium arrived, the R&B landscape shifted dramatically towards hip-hop, infused upbeat and heavily produced tracks, a direction less compatible with John B.'s classic smooth approach. Compounding these genre changes, John B. experienced challenges with his record label, which affected the promotion and distribution of his later projects. His attempts to adapt to the evolving market met with limited commercial success, and he transitioned towards independent music releases. Though his mainstream visibility diminished, Jon B remained active, cultivating a loyal audience, appreciative of his timeless sound. Today, Jon B is regarded as a respected figure in R&B, known for his genuine artistry and ability to transcend racial and genre boundaries. His career highlights the challenges artists face in maintaining relevance amid changing musical trends and industry dynamics, yet also demonstrates the enduring appeal of authentic, soulful expression. Carl Thomas. Carl Thomas gained prominence in the late 1990s as one of the most promising male vocalists in R&B, known for his emotive delivery and heartfelt lyrics. Signed to Bad Boy Records, Thomas debuted with the album Emotional in 2000, which spawned hits such as I Wish and Summer Rain. These tracks showcased his ability to weave smooth melodies with poignant storytelling, quickly endearing him to fans and critics alike. Despite the album's success, Thomas's career faced obstacles as Bad Boy Records began to decline in influence during the early 2000s. Internal conflicts within the label, combined with shifting industry trends favoring more hip-hop-oriented sounds, made it challenging for traditional vocalists like Thomas to maintain their mainstream foothold. Personal tragedy also impacted his trajectory. In 2004, the loss of his brother in a drive-by shooting deeply affected him, leading to a hiatus from music to grieve and regroup. Upon his return, Thomas released Let's Talk About It and later So Much Better, but neither album matched the commercial success of his debut. Limited promotional support and changing audience preferences contributed to this downturn. Nonetheless, Carl Thomas continued to record music and perform, maintaining a devoted fan base appreciative of his soulful voice and emotional sincerity. His journey reflects both the volatile nature of the music industry and the resilience required to persist. Thomas's legacy is marked by his contributions to the classic R&B sound of the early 2000s, and his music continues to resonate with listeners who value authentic vocal performances. Genuine-born Elgin Baylor Lumpkin emerged in the mid-1990s as a captivating R&B vocalist known for his smooth tenor and distinctive blend of sensuality and storytelling. His debut album, Genuine, The Bachelor 1996, featured the iconic hit Pony produced by Timbaland. The track's innovative beat and catchy hook quickly made it a staple in clubs and on radio, establishing Genuine as a formidable new presence in the genre. His early work was characterized by a futuristic sound melding traditional R&B with electronic influences, thanks in large part to his collaboration with Timbaland. Throughout the late 1990s and early 2000s, Genuine enjoyed continued success with albums such as 100%, Genuine, and The Life. Delivering hits like Differences and So Anxious, his smooth delivery and relatable lyrics about love and relationships earned him a dedicated fan base and critical acclaim. He also became part of the supergroup TGT with Tank and Tyrese, showcasing his enduring appeal. However, as the decade progressed, the R&B landscape transformed with the rise of auto-tune hip-hop blends and electronic sounds dominating mainstream music. Genuine's classic soulful style faced challenges competing with these trends. Additionally, shifts in record label structures and the rise of streaming altered how music was promoted and consumed, further complicating his commercial visibility. Despite these challenges, Genuine has remained active, performing on nostalgic tours and maintaining a loyal following. He even gained fresh exposure by participating in reality TV such as Celebrity Big Brother UK in 2018, introducing him to new audiences. While his mainstream chart success has diminished, Genuine's contributions to the 90s R&B sound remain influential, and his music continues to resonate with fans seeking authentic, heartfelt performances. Donald Jones. Donald Jones established himself as a soulful force in late 1990s and early 2000s R&B with his smooth vocals and laid-back vibe. His breakthrough came with the platinum-certified album Where I Want to Be 1999, featuring hits like You Know What's Up and Knocks Me Off My Feet. The album's blend of traditional R&B melodies with contemporary production made Jones a favorite for both radio airplay and club rotations. His ability to convey vulnerability and romance struck a chord with listeners. Jones followed up with Life Goes On in 2002, which maintained his presence in the genre, though his commercial impact began to wane as the industry shifted toward hip-hop, influenced R&B, and younger, trendier artists. Unlike many, Donald prioritized personal life and creative freedom over relentless commercial chasing. This choice led to longer gaps between albums and less frequent public appearances, which, while enriching his personal well-being, contributed to a decline in mainstream visibility. The changing musical environment also favored more up-tempo, hip-hop-infused tracks, which contrasted with Jones's smooth and mellow style. Nevertheless, his fan base remained loyal, appreciating his consistent vocal quality and relatable lyrics about love and life's ups and downs. Today, Donald Jones is respected as a classic R&B artist whose work encapsulates the soulfulness of late 90s music. Though not always in the spotlight, he continues to record and perform, embodying the essence of traditional R&B amid a continually evolving musical landscape. Omri. Me Marie Rogers, known mononymously as Omri, entered the R&B and pop scene in the early 2000s with her distinctive blend of soulful vocals and vibrant energy. Her 2005 single One Thing became a breakout hit, reaching the top 5 on the Billboard Hot 100 and earning widespread acclaim for its infectious go-go beat and catchy rhythm. This track was emblematic of Omri's unique ability to merge classic R&B with contemporary danceable elements, setting her apart from her peers. Omri's debut album, All I Have, and her follow-up Touch demonstrated her versatility and willingness to experiment with sound-fusing elements of funk, soul, and hip-hop. Despite critical praise and a loyal fan base, her commercial success was uneven, partly due to label conflicts and promotional challenges. Signed initially to Columbia Records, she later moved to Def Jam hoping for a fresh start, but creative differences and insufficient marketing hindered her ability to consistently reach mainstream audiences. Her third album, Because I Love It, 2007, received positive reviews, but suffered from limited U.S. distribution, which significantly impacted its commercial performance. By 2009, with In Love and War, Omri continued to explore emotional depth and personal themes, yet again facing struggles breaking through an industry increasingly focused on trends over artistry. In the years that followed, Omri took a step back from the mainstream music spotlight to focus on writing and other creative pursuits. She has since released music independently, maintaining a dedicated following that appreciates her authentic style and artistic integrity. Omri's career illustrates the difficulties many artists face, balancing creative expression with industry demands. Despite setbacks, she remains a respected voice in R&B, admired for her innovative sound and the spirited individuality she brought to the genre during a pivotal era. Mia Marie Harrison, widely known simply as Mia, rose to prominence in the late 1990s as a multifaceted artist blending singing, songwriting, and dance. Her debut album, Mia 1998, produced several hits and showcased her silky voice and strong stage presence. Her breakout moment arrived with the 2001 global smash Lady Marmalade, a collaboration with Christina Aguilera Pink and Lil' Kim that won a Grammy and became an anthem of early 2000s pop and R&B. Throughout her career, Mia demonstrated versatility, effortlessly moving between sultry ballads and upbeat dance tracks. However, her mainstream visibility was often challenged by label conflicts, most notably with Interscope Records. Her 2007 album, Liberation, faced distribution issues in the U.S., significantly limiting its exposure and commercial potential. Rather than depend solely on major labels, Mia took control of her career by founding her independent label, Planet 9. This move allowed her full creative freedom and the ability to release music on her own terms. Though no longer a fixture on mainstream charts, Mia has cultivated a loyal fan base through consistent releases and engaging live performances. Her longevity in the music industry is a testament to her adaptability and commitment. Mia also expanded her career into acting and philanthropic work, further diversifying her portfolio. Mia's journey highlights the challenges many artists face within the corporate music machine, but also exemplifies how passion and resilience can sustain a fulfilling career beyond traditional commercial success. Her contribution to R&B and pop remains influential, with many of her classic songs still celebrated today. The stories of these 20 R&B stars reveal a harsh truth. Talent alone isn't enough to guarantee lasting success in the music industry. From label politics to personal scandals and shifting trends, many gifted artists were pushed aside or outright banned. But should the industry have the power to erase legends so easily, how much of this downfall was truly their fault, and how much was a system designed to control and silence? Share your thoughts below. Do you believe these artists deserved better, or were their careers inevitable? Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more deep dives on legends of Black excellence.